Happy Monday, everyone. Hope everybody's having a fabulous Monday morning. I am sitting here doing a little bit of office work, getting some things done this morning off my to-do list. And I just had a thought this morning, and I wanted to kind of briefly touch on this. I'm not going to be on very long, but I wanted to briefly touch on this because I see it as a dating trend. Hardy, do not start. Hush. Oh my God. Anyway, my new office is being created so that I can have privacy soon. Good morning, everyone. As you're coming on Magical Monday, Manifesting Monday, whoop, whoop, right? Let's make it an incredible, great week. I got my workout in this morning early. So excited. Having a great morning, being productive, creative. So really quickly, dating this way will leave you lonely, broken, hurting. So what crossed my mind this morning is how often I see people who are now caught up in this modern dating world. And it's men and women. I'm not going to pick on one or the other today. I'm going to tell you it's men and women. And what I see is this ego dating. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it ego dating. You tell yourself that you want love. It's masked as I want this. I want love. But here's the problem. This is where it gets crazy and why I say it's dangerous. Is that you're wanting someone that feeds your ego, and you're telling yourself that it's just going to come packaged the way you want it. So what happens is that I'm going to give the example for men and women and how this goes. You've got men dating, trying to get the most beautiful woman they can because that's their type or that's what they want. And the problem is that 99% of the time, those women don't want you. So you keep reaching up, trying to attract women that aren't genuinely attracted to you, genuinely wanting you, right? And then the women who really would be interested in you, you're rejecting them because they're not what you want. They're not on your level. And here's the side note on this. For the fellas who are dating, leading with money, because you got a little bit of money, right? Here's where this problem comes in. Your ego is telling you that these women genuinely like you, but you're dangling the money in front of them, and now they want you for the benefits of you and the money, the gold, but then you want to call women gold diggers, right? But you're leading with your ego, right? And then you're mad because the women you want don't want you, because your inflated ego and your inflated standards for who you should have is absolutely not realistic and not really truly genuine and authentic, because at the end of the day, you wouldn't have access to those women because that's not what you genuinely attract on your own merit. But then when a woman comes along who's really on your level, who would really genuinely, who you truly should be really interested in, and then you're treating her like crap because you feel like she's not on your level, she's not worthy of you, because you want the supermodel, you want the fitness chick, you want the whatever you got in your mind, the little Instagram model girl, or whatever you have in your mind of whatever it is you think you deserve. And so you literally, and God forbid you meet a decent, good-hearted, incredible woman. See, she doesn't care about your money. So now she's not really even that impressed with you because she's trying to get to know you, not your money. And then you feel some type of way when she's not really even liking you because you have such an inflated ego. You think someone on her level should absolutely be crazy about you if you're bagging these bomb chicks. If your money has given you access to these really incredible, awesome women, but they only want you for your money. But your ego doesn't tell you any of that. Your ego's not checking any of that, right? So now when the woman that really would be a great fit for you, that you could attract on your own merit and not with your money, you'll feel some type of way when she don't like you, or you'll be acting as if she's not even good enough for you. You'll have this entitlement and attitude even going on a date with her like, she all right. Because you don't realize your ego has gotten out of control. Fellas, you do it every day. You're doing it. Men do this all the time. Women, guilty. Ego dating. You're not looking for something genuine. You think you are. You're not looking for love. You think you are. In reality, you're looking for this perfect example of a man that's going to validate you, make you be relationship goals, make everyone look at you, to put a feather in your cap, check off the box of saying goals. You want an incredible wedding, right? To show off on Instagram, and you want him to look like the perfect little Ken doll that you want to place inside of how all of that is aesthetic is supposed to look for you. So guess what? You're looking, that's it. That's it. Be Bethany Irvin. Facts. They want someone that makes them look good. Men and women are doing this. I don't care if it's conscious or subconscious. I think 90% of the time it's subconscious. That people are ego dating, but they're not even aware of it because the ego is so tricky. It's just telling you, well, I have a type. I have preferences. Rebecca, you just want me to settle. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't even know that you really know what you want and you need, because your ego is feeding you all of this preferences and lists that you think something has to be in order for you to be happy. And it's not realistic. It's not down to earth. It has nothing to do with love. You're making it about all these other things. It's like I said in my last video. When it comes to relationships, y'all, you got to wake up to somebody every day. You got to be committed. You're going to go through the ups and downs of life with someone, right? So guess what? The qualifications for someone being that in your life is probably very different from the qualifications the questions you're dating with. The qualities you're dating for right now are probably not very good vetting qualities for what you really need in order to have in a life partner, a marriage. See, one of the things, and I'm just going to be blunt. The problem is there's people you're supposed to be screwing. There's people you mess with. There's people you play with. There's people you fuck. Excuse my language, because some of y'all ain't going to get it if I don't say it real for you. There's people you screw and there's people you marry. And you guys have gotten this so twisted and jacked up that you don't even know how to categorize and understand that there is a difference between people you date and maybe have fun with. And that's cool when you just having fun. But when you are ready to settle down and you're going to get married and you want to build a life with someone, you got to stop and literally vet for some different qualities than the seasons when you were a child or you were dating like a little young person, an idiot. When you were a child, you behaved as a child. It's time to grow up. For those of you who want real relationships and long-term successful marriages and relationships, it is time for you to grow the F up. You can't keep dating like you were dating at 22 and 25. But Rebecca, I have a type. But Rebecca, I like her to be like this and I like her to be like that. Okay, but do you like for someone to cause you hell in a relationship? Are you going to like you having to chase her in an entire marriage and you don't know where she at and she in the streets and she always wanted to be with her girls and she don't want to be a wife. She just wants the ring. So now you ain't got no peace. No stability, worrying about this chick that you don't put a ring on it because you went and tried to turn a hoe into a housewife. Hello, I'm talking, knock, 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 knock. Listen, fellas, I'm talking to you. You keep trying to turn hoes into housewives and then you wonder why they're driving you crazy. You wonder why you can't get no sleep. You wonder why you can't focus on your goals. You can't launch your business. You can't do anything in life because you're so freaking distracted worrying about this crazy chick. She was crazy when you were dating her. She's still crazy right now. You trying to marry her right now. I'm trying to give a warning to somebody right now who's trying to do this. You trying to get engaged to her right now because you love her. You love her. Oh my God, I love her. Honey, love is not enough for a healthy relationship. Love is not enough to hold together a relationship through the ups and downs and craziness of life, through the ups and downs and craziness that every single person on earth goes through the death of parents and aging parents and children acting up and all the crazy. You can't be with just anybody and navigate this thing called life successfully. Ladies, you do it too. You out here trying to date a hoe and turn him into a husband. You got hoish likes, hoish preferences. You got playboy preferences and you trying to turn a hoe into a husband. You going out and dating with the same mindset you had when you were just kicking it, when it was just fun. And see, the number one problem with good girls is y'all won't even admit when you were in a season of fun because you're not allowed to just be playing or dating. You don't even give yourself that option. So every single person you were dating when you were just playing, you tried to act like it was something serious. Stop it. Because you mentally, subconsciously, you won't even be honest enough with yourself to say, girl, I was just playing. You know, that was my little season of just having some fun. But no, you're not allowed to do that because you good girl. Good girls aren't allowed to do that. So guess what? You make everything in your mind like, oh, he was boyfriend material. Oh, I was trying to make that work, right? I was trying to be with him. Oh, I was trying, oh, me and Jimmy could have worked. Girl, stop. Jimmy was great in bed, laying it down, and that's about all that Jimmy brought to the table. And you was trying to make that be serious because the sex was so good that now you trying to figure out how in your mind to make Jimmy a great candidate for a relationship. And Jimmy was never a candidate for a relationship. He just looked good and screwed good. And you try to make that a foundation for a relationship. So now you out here a little more mature, a little more grown, and you got F-boy preferences trying to date to find a husband. I'll stop. Just like I did for the fellas. Hello. Apples and oranges. F-boy tendencies and you got F-boy preferences. And you out here. And guess what? And because you messed over there playing around so long, now it's you got an appetite for that. Something can't even catch your attention unless it look and sound like an F-boy. So you can't, like, good guys can't even catch your attention because you too busy being caught up. Ooh, he fine. Ooh, girl, he fine. Ooh, oh, honey, he could get it. He already got it. You already been in that season. You already did all that. But you said you want to be married. You said you wanted something serious. You said you want to settle down. You said, well, guess what? Old ways ain't going to open new doors. When you make up your mind. Okay, and here's something I realized. This is subconscious. You guys aren't even thinking about this. You're just doing this out of habit. And that's the problem with establishing bad habits. Bad habits. Because you do it long enough, it forms a pattern in your brain and you're not even self-aware enough to understand you've got a toxic dating pattern. You doing things the same old way, wanting a different result. What? What do you mean? Well, Rebecca, I knew he was into a little bit of something that, he probably shouldn't have been into, but I thought it was just a little something. I didn't know that he was a full-blown drug dealer. Well, Rebecca, I knew that, he seemed to always be hiding his phone, and he, would disappear sometimes, but I didn't think he was out here like that. I thought it was, I was the one he loved. This is for my mature audience. Okay? I need some mature people to be listening to me right now. Mature people. You are now at an age. I'm married. I can't even say we. You are now at an age where you're going to have to analyze and recognize you can't just be with anybody. This is going to be the father of your children. This is going to be the mentor to your children, the influence, the male role model. This is going to be the female role model to your children. This is going to be who represents you going forward. What if you want to go and start a business and be successful? You can't have no jacked up partner out here acting up, acting crazy, looking crazy. What if you want to run for a political office in your future? You don't know where God's taking you. You don't know what you could end up wanting to do. You can't just be with anybody out here in these streets acting reckless and crazy. But you still trying to date the corner boy. You still trying to date the dude who trying to be a rapper at 40 years old. You still trying to date the dude who's scamming on the side. You still trying to date running PPP loans illegally, fraudulent crap going on. Oh, I knew a little something was off, but I didn't know. Girl, he got money. Girl, he got a Maserati, He's out here trying to be a music producer. Has no steady income. No way to build a foundation. No way to support a family. Fellas, don't get me started on these chicks. You guys know, I know what I'm talking about. Right? Come on. She out here like you guys love to say, she for the streets. She for the streets. And you trying to get her to settle down. She don't want to settle down. She don't want to settle down with you. Right? What are the qualities of a good guy so we can notice them? Steady, consistent, working hard, family values. He's been very monogamous in relationships. He don't even have a chasing skirt tendency. Not a bone in his body wants to be out here chasing skirts. He ain't never been a player. Do you know what, just like men, I'm saying you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Do you know that men who are used to being with different women constantly all the time, getting different vagina all the time? Do you know that's a very hard habit to break? Do you understand it's very difficult for him to be with one woman when he has years and years of being an F-boy and a player? I'm just telling you what I know. So guess what? When you meet a man who's going to be a good husband, he ain't been in the streets like that. Listen, and I'm not saying there's not some exceptions. Guys, I'm not saying that. God can do anything. But honey, you barking up the wrong tree if you trying to be the one exception to his long line of chicks that he done slayed. Because he be laying and slaying and moving on, and don't get really dangerous, ladies, for you to think you are so special that you're the one who's going to turn it around. No, if anything, he'll end up being with you, married to you, and still cheating because he don't know how to be with one woman. He don't know how to be with one vagina. That's right. There are still good men. Good men. D question says, we exist, ladies. There are still good, real Christian men. There are good men at here. But can I tell you what I know for sure? Good men have been being good men a long time. A long time. They got a track record of being a good man. They got a track record of showing up. They got a track record of work ethic. They've got a track record of being responsible. They've got a track record of being about family. They've got a track record. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? If you are getting to know them, this is what they're going to sound like. Yeah, I was married for 10 years. It didn't work out. She wanted a divorce. This when he went through some pain. Good men get left. Good men get cheated on, just like good women. Hello. Right? What do they sound like? Good men have been in relationships. They are one-woman man. Right? Good men have been in relationships. Good men have been working jobs. Good men are working on their education. Good men are starting companies. Good men. He might drive a stable car. A lot of really good men I know will drive a regular car. They got a nice car, and then they got a car they drive to work, or they got a car that they work. They drive around while they're handling business, but then they got a nice car when they want to go out. Right? They're hardworking. They're consistent. Consistent. When you start dating a man and he's inconsistent in his communication, he's inconsistent in showing up, he's inconsistent in seeing you, he's not interested. Number one, he ain't interested. Number two, he got other stuff going on. What do good men look like when you meet them, when you find them? They focused on their goals. They're working hard, right? They ain't trying to just kick it with their homeboys all the time. Good men are often alone. They're not running in packs. They ain't got time to be hanging out all the time with homeboys. They did that when they were younger, if they even had time then. They too busy working hard. They're too busy making money. They're too busy being productive. They're too busy trying to make a difference. They got goals. They got dreams. And it's heart-centered. They're creating programs for young men and boys. They're starting businesses. They want to buy their mama a house. These are the good men, guys. Good men. Where they be at? Car wash. The car wash. They washing their cars. They keep their cars clean. I'm going to tell you where could Carrie Pope be found. A private gym. I'm like, if Carrie wasn't married, right? Private gym. Washing cars. Home Depot. I'm just thinking about Carrie's routes. What is Carrie doing? He's taking care of the cars. He's getting something to fix in the house, right? He might be found at a motivational conference or some type of conference about money or business. He might be at a Tony Robbins conference, guys, or a seminar. He might be at an Eckhart Tolle seminar. Just saying, where you guys be at? I'm just sitting and think about it for a second. Grocery store, because they got to do their own grocery shopping because they single and they hate it. Carrie don't even step foot in the grocery store since we got married. Don't even get me started. I'm just here really thinking about the patterns of good men. Where y'all be at? Work, running errands, car wash. Grown men don't even be at the bar and grills. Like really, really, like grown men who got good friends, they be at each other's house to watch the game. They ain't even meeting out at the bar and grill. This is why it's so hard for you women, for you to find them and meet them. Because they don't be hanging out like that. Yeah, the gym. I mentioned Carrie, the gym. Grocery store, gas stations, car wash. That's it. Home Depot. Home Depot, guys. That's the list. That's the good guy list. If you shopping for a good guy on the open market, that's where the good guys are at. They buying a piece of lumber, right? They buy, right? Yeah, they do things by themselves. One of the fellas gave me a feedback. He said, great list. I think that's a great list. They don't even be going to church until they get married. They ain't even going to church. The wife get them to go to church. A lot of them don't be going to church. That's something the woman influences them. So Home Depot, Lowe's, car wash, gas station, grocery store, gym. That's it. That's where the good men be at. Oh yeah, we met on Facebook. Thank you, Nija. We met on Facebook. We would not, listen, if we had not met through social media, we would have never met. Because Carrie's circles were just the same, same circles. D question says, exactly, you preaching, Rebecca. I'm a loner. Guys, I'm telling you, that's where the men be at. That's why men, when a good man, they're ready to settle down. They're not trying to be running around acting crazy. They ain't got time for all that. Nija Vixen, these guys online suck. Shaking my head. No, they don't. Carrie Pope don't suck. Okay, listen. I met Carrie Pope through Facebook. The F-boys be at the gym too, Pink Secrets, but the good guys be there too. They do. The good guys be there. The good guys who are fit, who are into their physical well-being, they be there. Men that post a lot online is a turnoff. Yeah, listen, good guys don't have a lot of time to be on social media. That's true. That's true, Nija. That a lot, the really, really good guys, they don't have time to be sitting online all the time. They'll catch something here and there. They'll comment on something here and there. Right? Flo the Infamous says, we be in Rebecca's live streams too. Now that, I said it on my very first Rebecca Lynn Pope show. I gave this disqualifier. I was like, listen guys, if y'all hook up through my shows, if y'all hook up in my comments, y'all hook up through my streams, y'all are dating at your own risk. Don't think that I've recommended anybody. But you're right, Flo the Infamous. People do meet through my lives and through the comments, my posts on my pages. Yep. I know for sure people connect. Would you recommend dating apps? Yes, I would. When I was single, I would have never had a date if I wasn't on a dating app. Erica's like, eyeballs. She's like, hi. Hi, Flo the Infamous. I'm Erica. Right? Hey, you never know. Guys on here will slide into your inbox. Good guys don't mean punk or weakness, but we are definitely out here. It's just the opposite, A.M. Wells. I mean, good guys to me are so strong. Good guys, Carrie's at the hospital with his mom right now on a Monday morning. His mom's not doing well. He's at the hospital. Carrie is the epitome of strength. Carrie is the epitome of a good man. He's taking care of his sisters. He's taking care of his nieces and nephews. He's helping. He's there. He's present. I mean, guys, good guys are the epitome of strength. It's quiet strength. It's not flashy strength. It's quiet, internal strength. It's dependable strength. Dependable. Carrie is like this rock. He's like this anchor, this foundation, right? Strength. Dependable, the same, day in and day out. It's like I'm describing God, right? Good guys are dependable. He says, that's why I said it. Most good men and women are overshadowed by the ratchetness. I agree, A.M. Wells. I agree. It's like out here nowadays, all the flashy, shiny, ratchet craziness is overshadowing the good people. A guy that has a lot of scantily clad single girls as friends on Facebook is a red flag. I agree. I'll agree with that. Ambitious 17 showing love from Brooklyn, New York. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, listen, scantily clad, I agree. Because the guys that I'll see that try to friend me on Facebook and I go see all these, you going up here friending all the single sexy girls, which means you're in their inbox, which means you chasing them down. I am Kennedy T. Being whole is the best quality for both parties. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So I made the title of this video, warning, dating like this will leave you, broken and lonely or something. But I need to call it, stop dating F girls and F boys. Stop trying to turn F girls and F boys into wives and husbands. Stop trying to turn F girls into a housewife. Stop trying to turn F boys into a husband. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are, right? Listen, ratchetness like ignorance is the loudest. Yes. Where are the good men in Maryland? Same place I just said. They're either online or at those locations I just said, honey. Anyway, guys, listen. I just said this to my sister-in-law. We were having a conversation. And I told her point blank, guys, and this is how I talk behind the scenes. That's why every now and then I have to talk like real talk on my videos with y'all, because this is how I talk in real life. And some of you are like, oh, you're not a woman of God, you curse. But see, sometimes you guys, you don't get it unless I'm real and raw. And that's how I talk in my day-to-day life. I told her, we were having a conversation. I said, your problem is I said, there's men you're supposed to fuck and there's men you marry. And you've gotten this twisted. I said those exact words to her. There's men and there's men you marry. And you have somehow crossed your wires when it comes to that. That's real talk. This is how I talk to my friends. This is how I talk in real life, guys. Right? This is how I talk in real life, because that's real. Some of you just don't get it if you tiptoe around it, right? Fellas, the same goes for you. There should be women you playing with, and when you get tired of playing, there's women you marry. Stop trying to take good women through the same old mess that you taking all these crazy chicks through that you just banging. I mean, how about if they are Christian, approach you, claim to be looking for a wife, but is not in contact daily, then he ain't looking for a wife, Lika, or he ain't looking for it in you. Real talk. You don't even have to ask that question, Lika. Stop and think about what you just asked me. Somebody who does not contact you daily is just spitting game. Those were just words. They're not serious, or they got to know you and don't like you like that. So it doesn't matter that he said he's looking for a wife. Actions speak louder than words. It don't matter what somebody says. It matters what they do. You can say you're looking for a wife or a husband, but if your actions don't line up with that, fellas and ladies, can I tell you something serious? If you really, really serious about wanting to find your wife or your husband now, you need to start acting like it. You need to start acting like it. I dare you to cut off some of these little F-boys and F-girls you've been messing with and shut that shit down and say, because that's not how a wife is behaving. That's not how a husband is behaving. If you get intentional and you're like, look, I'm done. I'm done playing out here. I'm sick of this. And you get intentional and you're like, okay, I'm going to start acting like a husband. I'm going to start acting like a wife. Let me start showing up like a husband. Let me start vetting and qualifying these people as a potential wife, a potential husband. And I guarantee you, if you change your mindset about this, fellas, if you shut that shit down and stop out here casually sexing these chicks, casually entertaining stuff when you get bored because you got some bad habits around using dating as entertainment or women as entertainment. Ladies, the same for you. Shut it down. Be like, okay, when it's time for something new, that means you got to institute some new things. Some new things. Which means you got to take on a new mindset. Let me start acting like a husband. Let me start interviewing these women like I'm looking for a real wife. Someone to be the mother of my children. Somebody for me to build a legacy with. Somebody for me to invest in property with. Somebody for me to build an empire. Somebody for me to, I need to be interviewing. That's a different checklist. Do you guys hear me? Do you see how that's a different checklist? Right? That's a different checklist than fun. The fun checklist is completely different than the family, legacy, investing. That checklist looks a whole lot different than your fun and games checklist. Nigel says, but in your other videos, you say we should just have fun with dating and just let love show up. Listen, Nigel, but the problem with that, and here's why giving advice is so hard when you're not advising people one-on-one. There's women out here who are so serious dating, they don't know how to have fun. They ain't never had fun dating. See, what I just said was those of you who are having fun now need to get intentional. The advice I'm giving when people need to start learning how to have fun is to all these straight-laced, tight chicks who out here so serious, have never been having fun with dating, don't know how to date, out here vetting every single person like they could be the one they've ever had fun dating. Does that make sense, Nyjah? And it's two totally different people. Two totally different people. This video is for the people who've been having fun. This is for the people that been out here kicking it. Kicking it. You understand what I'm saying? This is for the people, y'all been out here maybe pretending to be dating serious, but you weren't. You were not. I'm just serious, right? I'm serious, guys. There's a lot of you who've been out here just kicking it, and you have very, very bad habits. You have a bad appetite. Your appetite, what you like, is not serving you. And you got to stop and get self-aware. So you got to stop and recognize your own patterns. I want you to do this as an exercise, and I got to run. If you have had F-boy tendencies or F-girl tendencies, I need you to get serious with yourself. Be like, Rebecca, I've really been liking some F-girls. I've really been trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. Yeah, I got to recognize I got these tendencies. This is what I tend to like. I'm attracted to F-girls. I'm attracted to F-boys. If you line 10 people up in a row, I'm going to choose the F-boy out of the whole lineup. I'm going to choose the F-girl out of the whole lineup. And listen, this y'all got to get serious with yourself. You got to get honest with yourself. And if you don't know how to do this, here's the questions. The guys or the women that you have really, really liked, why did you like them other than them being fun or sexy? The people that you wanted to have a relationship with, this is how you know if you have a tendency, an appetite for F-boys or F-girls. If the only reasons that you can come up with for why you like them, right? Why you liked them, why you wanted to be with them was because they were sexy, fun, and or great in bed. But there was not a whole lot of other intrinsic qualities. In other words, you can't list out for me a bunch of intrinsic character qualities for why you wanted to be in a relationship with them. As a matter of fact, their intrinsic qualities were not good. They were selfish. They were immature. They were argumentative. They weren't a communicator. Come on now. Think about some of the realistic, mature qualities someone needs to be bringing into a relationship, and think about your appetite or your likes and your preferences when it comes to some of these people you've been dating, and recognize that you've been liking people who don't fit those qualities. And that means you gonna have to break a bad habit. You got a bad habit. You have bad taste. If you now want to be in a relationship, if you now want to get married, you're going to have to break this bad, toxic habit of choosing F-boys, choosing F-girls. Come on now. And y'all know, you know what they are. You know it. Why do people love F-boys and F-girls? Because of trauma? Self-simic? No. F-boys and F-girls tend to look good. F-boys and F-girls are sexy. F-boys and F-girls are fun. A lot of the time there's drama. Maybe you're addicted to drama. Maybe you love all the craziness and her acting crazy and going off on you and what you not gonna do. Guys, I'm talking to you. And there you go, because they're fun. If you find yourself always referring to healthy, well-balanced people as boring, you probably have an F-girl or F-boy addiction. If you find regular, healthy, whole, hardworking, good people boring, you probably have an F girl or F boy tendency, habit, or addiction. Nija says, for some people, healthy relationships are boring. Only to people who have created unhealthy tendencies. Only for people who are addicted to drama and craziness. Only people who are addicted to fun or the thrill of the chase. And it's time to grow up. Grow up. When you were a child, you thought as a child. What's the scripture say? Right? It's time to grow up. If you want a mature, healthy relationship, if you want a mature, healthy husband, if you want a mature, healthy wife, you're going to have to show up different. You're going to have to change your tastes. It's no different than going on a diet. It's no different. You know this diet makes you fat. You know this diet is no good for you. You know you can't keep eating all this junk. You know you can't keep consuming all this mess and look good and lose weight and be healthy. The same goes for your dating tastes. You're going to have to detox. Detox at all your dating choices. Make sure you click the link in my bio when we're done. The dating course is releasing this week. We brought the dating course back. Make sure you're going to click the link in my bio for the dating course. Okay. When we get done, the dating course is about to be released. So you can click and take the dating course because you need a detox. The first 30 days of the dating course is a detox. Stop dating. Get these people out of your system. It's no different than food. It's no different than a bad addiction. You got to get away from it, detox out of it, get in your right mind. Get clarity on how you got here. Dating course. Make sure you click the link in my bio because it's releasing this week and we'll send you an email so you can sign up. Okay? Listen. Grow up. It's not always everybody else, guys. It's not. You got to detox from these tendencies. Detox. Listen. Because at the end of the day, your taste will change. And you'll be looking at somebody who's good for you like, oh, she's sexy. Oh, she's so sweet. Oh, she's so cute. Because your tastes have to change. And that's the problem that most people are having. They're out here trying to find an F-boy, trying to find a good girl or good guy in an F-boy or F-boy body. They want the packaging to come in F-boy or F-girl packaging. They don't want the good girl or the good guy. Sorry, it's not how it works. It's not how it works. When I was dating, what did my F-boy of choice look like? 6'pack, looking like a personal trainer. He was fine as hell. Total bad boy. Single to this day. Did Carrie Pope come packaged like that? No. No. Apples and oranges. Is Carrie attractive? Yes. But y'all know what I'm talking about. And I'm by no means putting down my husband. I'm not putting down myself. I have great taste. But I'm telling you, what you have developed a taste for in your single seasons does not equate to marriage and relationship. You trying to find this special person wrapped up in that F-boy package. That's not how it works. That's the problem. There's people you screw. There's people you marry. And I'm talking, this is for the mature audience. I'm talking to mature people right now. This is not for anybody out here still acting crazy, wanting to be crazy. This is for the mature audience who wants something different. I remember the assignment you gave and said, go out here and look at the everyday husbands. Erica, that's a great assignment. Look at what husbands look like, not celebrity husbands, not celebrity husbands. Go look at your uncles, go look at your sister's husband, go look at the average everyday husband that you see married to your friends, that you see married to your cousins, that you see married. Nija said husbands are super average. Now, it's when you get married, Nija, that wives take their husbands who don't even focus on clothes, don't even focus on looks. What am I focused on? Dress and carry how I want him to look. Nija says, I don't even think I know a super fine husband that's not on social media. Exactly, Nija. There's your answer. And literally, that's what we as wives do. We upgrade our husbands. Carrie be looking super fine now. Why? His wife. That's what we do with our husbands. We upgrade wardrobe. We upgrade their looks. Is it normal, Rebecca, is it normal for someone to constantly analyze everything you say or do to the point where I'm having to double think before I open my mouth or do anything for fear of being misunderstood? No, that's called dealing with somebody who's controlling and very, very critical. So no, that's not normal. That's not healthy. Nija says, Carrie looked good. Yeah, and Carrie looked good when I met him, guys. But he looks 10 times better now. 10 times better now. Miss Pink Secrets. Everyday husbands just be basic in shorts going running errands. I've told you guys, the perfect example is this is Russell Wilson before Sierra. Look at Russell Wilson in pictures where they show him in like dad jeans with New Balance tennis shoes on, looking like your everyday dude, right? And now look at him wearing freaking Versace and Gucci and looking amazing and in suits. And that's a perfect example. Good guys, right? Good guys versus F-boys. So Carrie hopped in the DMs, or did you all meet for business over social media? We actually met through a friend. So a friend of mine had posted a picture of she and I out at lunch. It was a common friend. Carrie was her friend also. He saw the picture of us and asked her who I was. And then she said, hey, my friend asked about you. And I said, yeah, he can go ahead and send me a message. And he did. And then we started talking. So he saw a picture of me on Facebook. And the friend said, yeah, this is who this is. All right, guys, I got to run. Blessings in abundance. Tune in Wednesday night for the RLP show. Real Talk with Rebecca. Tune in Wednesday night. I'm going to have some more guests. Make sure you sign up for the dating class. The link's going to be in the bio. So that's coming this week. Make sure you get into the healing class if you know you're needing to work through your trauma, unhealed pain, do all your shadow work so you can show up for a healthy relationship. Make sure you do that. The link's going to be in the bio also. All right. Love you guys. Oh, and make sure you get enrolled if you want to be an abundant life coach, certified abundant life coach, and help people to heal and run a professional business. Make sure you click that link as well. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.